Hi, I'm Nona. Welcome to Nona's Here. And today I am joining in the open invite for Hello Fall. I am so glad. Finally, my Dollar Tree has gotten in some fall craft supplies. So let's get over to my table so I can show you what I've been working on for Hello Fall. Hi, this is Editing Nona. We're off to a great start. Already I have to put in an edit. The first 3 craft projects I'm going to show you are actually projects that I was still digging through my stash because the Dollar Tree still didn't have in any fall crafting supplies. More good news. The first DIY project I'm going to show you, I inadvertently deleted the complete video. But that's okay. It was a real simple project, and I'm just going to walk you through it and show you how I did it. I think that's all the good news I have for you. Oh no, one more thing. The last craft project that I have for you today is actually one that I got fall craft supplies from the Dollar Tree. Okay, I think that's all the editing news I have right now. So let's get over to the craft table and I'll show you the first craft project that I was still digging through my craft stash to make a project for today's video. DIY number 1, and let's remember I'm working from my stash, so let's go easy on me. I found this grapevine wreath, which obviously I had thought I was going to use for something else because it's kind of in a heart shape, but we're ignoring that for right now. And I had these beads of berries, these strings of berries, which I don't even have one left to show you, in a baggie in the bottom of my stash. So I hot glued these berries all around the grapevine wreath. And some of them I even had to glue the berries together because they were so in such small pieces. So I just hot glued them all around the wreath, and where the berries were like in small pieces, see there, I just glued the berry strings together, the branches together, so that they would go all around the wreath. That's all I did. Okay, so I made the berries stretch all around and kind of made them stick out so that they would cover the whole front of the wreath. Then I had one of those 3 boards across that thing, had that, so I glued that onto the back of the grapevine wreath, and I used my Cricut because it was all empty in the middle, and I used my Cricut and I wrote, I am thankful, grateful, and blessed, which is sort of for Thanksgiving, but I had to put something on the board, so that's what I did. Glued that on the back, and then I of course took some jute cord and hot glued a hanger on the back. So that's DIY number 1 that I made from my stash because I really wanted to participate in this challenge. And this is what it looks like when it was all finished. DIY number 2. Now I would not tell anyone except my best crafting buddies that at Dollar Tree I found these scouring pads and I was so excited because they were in orange. And you know what I thought as soon as I saw them? Pumpkins! My eyes lit up and I had a little skip in my step, and my little heart sang a happy tune. So I ran down the aisle and I picked up 2. I brought them home. I had that little crate in my stash, and I painted it with the Waverly chalk paint with fern green. Then I cut off the tag, one half of the tag, and my idea was to glue the other half of the tag, pull it down, and glue it on one of those medium-sized popsicle sticks. And I thought I could pull it down tight enough to make it look like a pumpkin. Well, it kind of did. It was really hard to pull those down because those scouring pads are really stiff, but I did the best I could. I glued it onto one of those medium-size popsicle sticks the best I could, and then I went out in the wilds of Pensacola and got myself a branch. And I took a little pair of scissors and punched a hole in the top of the powering pad and stuck a little piece of branch into the top and pressed it down in using my E6000 glue, and that really helped make the shape of a pumpkin. Then, see, there's my E6000 glue that I used. Then I have that huge box of leaves that I got at the garage sale a couple months ago. So I took some of the leaves, hot glued them to the back of that little stick that I was using as the pumpkin stem. I took some of my stick-on letters that I had in my stash, and I put pumpkins, well, with inflation, 50 cents. Now, it hurt my heart a little bit as a former educator to make the K upside down, but I thought it looked kind of cute. So now I'm going to take my Waverly wax and I'm going to dry brush it on and make that crate look kind of like an old farmer's, no, not that the farmer is old, but the crate's old for the pumpkins to go into. So I have my styrofoam that was in my stash, and I stuck the pumpkins into the styrofoam after I glued the styrofoam brick in. Then I took those green leaves that I had for $3. That was a huge box, and I'm going to stick all those leaves in to cover up the styrofoam and the backs of the popsicle sticks all around to make it look like those pumpkins are sitting in the middle of a pumpkin patch, and to cover up the holes on the side of the little crate, because those little crates had see those little holes? So I just stuck a lot of leaves all over the styrofoam in front of those pumpkins and behind the pumpkins, and that's my pumpkin patch using pot scrubbers. Well, I hope you're enjoying my videos so far with my fall craft supplies. But I do want to introduce you to our host today for Hello Fall. First is Tammy from the Rusted Willow. And our other host is Ellie from DIY from House to Home. And our guest host, Cheryl from Farm Host Frugally. I'll be sure and link their channels down below in the description box, and they will have the main playlist of everyone who is participating in today's Hello Fall open invite. You'll be sure and want to check out everyone's craft because you'll get lots of ideas for fall crafting. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I sure hope you'll think about hitting that red subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up like. Also, I love reading your comments, so please feel free to comment down below and share my video with friends and family who might be interested in crafting too. Okay, let's get back to my craft table and I'll show you the other crafting projects that I am working on. Thanks again for joining me and have a great day. By number 3, still working on my craft stash. So I took an aluminum cookie sheet, That, of course, I had gotten from Dollar Tree. And I drew a pumpkin. Now, I'm not much of an artist, but I can draw a pumpkin. So I drew it off, and you can see I bent it up a little bit to give it some 3 dimensions. That's just to help me in my painting. Then I took one of those styrofoam stamping things, and using my pumpkin chalk paint, I stamped over most of it using the paint, but I didn't try and make it like completely covered. I let some of the silver show through, and that was fine. Then I took some elephant and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to paint in the stem there. And then I'm going to use some Waverly Maize. Now I have, you can see sitting in front of me there, I have some pumpkin patterns that I had used in another craft printed off. And so I'm kind of using those pictures to help me as a pattern to help me see how to paint in the pumpkin. So now I've got a makeup styrofoam thing that's really for putting on makeup, but I use it for painting. And now I'm using a makeup foam wedge, and I'm just blending in the maize and some white to try and shade the pumpkin. And I'm also using the brown Waverly wax that I used for the stem, and I'm just going to town, blending and blending and blending, orange to yellow to white to yellow to orange to white. I'm just blending like a crazy fool, trying to make it look like that picture. It doesn't look anything like that picture, but I'm trying. So, okay, so I'm just using all my tools there, all my makeup tools, my paint tools, everything that I have, paintbrush, everything. Okay, so I do it until I'm kind of happy. And I do have parts of the pumpkin, aluminum pumpkin, kind of bent up to kind of give it a little bit of, dimension, texture. I'm going to go around with that brown brush. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use this jute, and I'm going to hot glue some jute on the back so it will hang. And that basically is going to be my aluminum pumpkin. That is the last thing that I am making from my stash. Oh no, that's right. I'm going to put that $4.99 was still on the price tag of that $3 huge box of leaves that I got at that garage sale. I'll be using those leaves for a lifetime, I'm telling you. Okay, so there it is, my aluminum cookie sheet pumpkin. DIY number 4. Finally, I get some crafting supplies from the Dollar Tree. So I have this purpley corn, deer corn, they say. I bought this pitcher for $5. I had those beads that I bought from Amazon 100 years ago. So there's the deer corn deer, whatever it's called. And these cute little burlap flowery things that have stickums on the back, which the stickums stick real well, but the felt backings don't stick to the stickums too well. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. I also have these beautiful burgundy sunflowers. So I put the pretty burlap flowers around the can, and I tied the string. I stringed the beads on some jute, and I tied the string of beads up on the top of the handle of the pitcher, and then I took some of the jute and wound it around my fingers and made a little bow, and I stuck some styrofoam down in the pitcher of the bottom, and then I put those beautiful dark burgundy sunflowers into the pitcher and stuck some of the corn out. So everything was looking good until the little burlap flowers kept falling off. So I took some Gorilla Glue and I glued them back on. The little sticky things stuck on there real well, but the burlap flowers kept falling off. So I got those glued on real well, and that's how my pitcher came out for my 4th project. Okay, well that's all the crafting projects I have to show you today. Comment down below and tell me which one was your favorite. I hope to see you again soon at Known As Here. And again, I want to thank our host, Tammy from the Rusted Willow, Ellie from DIY From House to Home, and Cheryl, our guest host from Farmhouse Frugally. Thanks again for visiting, and I hope to see you again soon at Known As Here. Bye!